This is the OTB Network.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses, and a very, very full week of stakes racing from around the country. We had to edit out, more than a handful of racing as we had the biggest day of the spring meet at Keeneland. We had the Racing Festival of the South wrapping up the 2012 Oaklawn Park racing season, a bevy full of stakes races from New York. But we're going to start down at Calder. Gulfstream Park has closed now, reopening, I'm going to guess, in the early part of December. But Calder now will take us for the next 7 or 8 months. And we have the ungraded Calder Derby off the turf, ladies and gentlemen, joined in progress with Good Morning Diva, the 9-to-5 choice.
23-4 over the good going as they run onto the backstretch, and it's late night action, and Carlos Olivero showing the way, and they've shaken away to lead it by 2. Good Morning Diva runs along in second, now bridging the gap just a bit, and Big Screen moving with him from the outside. Then Empire Builder, room at the rail for Chaba, and Chaba is aggressive, is now all the way up to a joint fourth, less than a half mile out, may need racing room, but now only 3 lengths back, 48 seconds flat, a solid half mile, and they bunch up into the far turn. Here comes Good Morning Diva to the outside of late night action. Late night action just ahead in front. Good Morning Diva right there almost alongside. Big Screen biding time 3 wide in third. They're followed by Empire Builder, who's all out in the 4 path. Musical Flair is trying to get involved. Chaba in behind a wall of runners. Then El Romano, and they're at the head of the stretch. Big Screen and Late Night Good Morning Diva rather kick on. Big Screen to the outside of Good Morning Diva. Almost nothing between them. Big Screen a little bit erratic. Maybe a nose in front. Good Morning Diva digging down and fighting back down along the inside. Good Morning Diva now ahead in front. Big Screen back to second. Good Morning Diva wins the Calder Derby. Big Screen second best today, tight for third. Musical Flair, El Romano, and Chaba.
And Good Morning Diva, who 2 races back broke the maiden in the slop, most recently exited a well up the track, beaten in the 7 furlong Swell Stakes, finds the mile and a 16 2-turn Calder good dirt surface to his liking, returning $5.80, with Big Screen battling out in the rather slowly run stretch run, with Musical Flair checking in at nearly 17-1, finishing third. Saturday evening, 12th race on the card. $1 million race, ladies and gentlemen, for the older horses. The 4th running of the Charlestown Classic, Tackleberry at 9-to-5.
They're off in the Charlestown Classic. And Tackleberry goes right to the front. Pants on Fire, Skip Shot, Taisha Electronica 4th on the outside. Sent along is Trace Barachos 5th along the rail, and he's racing 3.5 lengths off the lead. And they're followed by Redding Colliery, Bango to the outside. Duke of Mischief is racing 5 lengths off the lead, just ahead of Norvsky and Mr. Mardi Gras as they race into the stretch for the first time. And Pants on Fire has wrested the lead from Tackleberry. Skip Shot is second. Tackleberry back to third on the inside. And now outside of horses is Trace Barachos. That opening quarter was in 23 4/5 seconds. Kaisha Electronica is 5th in between horses. Redding Colliery is 6th on the outside as they go into the turn. Bango has been guided to the inside by Aaron Grider within 4 lengths of the lead. And then it's Norvsky, Duke of Mischief, and Mr. Mardi Gras is the trailer, 8 lengths off of Pants on Fire, who leads the way as they head on to the backstretch. The half mile goes in 48 seconds flat. Pants on Fire is the leader. On the outside, Skip Shot second, Trace Barachos is third. Tackleberry is being ridden along on the inside. Duke of Mischief now edging up to the leaders with a 4-wide run. Then it's Kaisha Electronica, followed by Norvsky as they make their way into the far turn. Redding Colliery, Bango, and Mr. Mardi Gras. Into the turn, and Duke of Mischief has taken the lead on the outside. It is Duke of Mischief looking to win it again, and he speeds off by 1.5 lengths. Caixa Electronica is taken second. Trace Barachos is third. Skipshot is fourth. Tackleberry's fifth in between horses, and they're into the stretch. And Duke of Mischief and Caixa Electronica are together. Caixa Electronica has taken the lead. Duke of Mischief is second. Tackleberry is third, but it's Caixa Electronica and Javier Castellano to win the Charlestown Classic. Duke of Mischief was second. Mr. Mardi Gras came from far behind to be third, and Tackleberry was fourth.
Yes, Caixa Electronica, an outstanding claim 13 months ago for 62.5. Todd Pletcher, the Rapoli stable, New York Mets colors. You know, when you're watching this race on the backside and you see Javier Castellano truly starting to get work on Caixa Electronica, and you see Duke of Mischief seemingly spurting away trying to defend his Charlestown Classic, boy, you might have thought you're in deep waters, but as it turns out, Caixa Electronica wins by 3 and returns $18.80 for this 7-year-old, more than doubles their career earnings after winning on Saturday night. A very, very impressive performance. Duke of Mischief, last year's winner, only able to finish second this year, with Mr. Mardi Gras finishing third, and Tackleberry, the 9-5 favorite, checks in fourth. Up next, we're going to go to Keeneland, ladies and gentlemen, in a terrific week of racing. You know, when you have a Grade 1 race on Thursday and on Friday, leading up to your biggest day, things are good down in Lexington, Kentucky. And on Thursday afternoon, the fillies and mares in the Grade 1 Vinery Madison Musical Romance, 9-5.
And they're off in the Vinery Madison. Whipsaw City broke alertly, comes out for the lead. Home Sweet Aspen right there toward the inside, and Musical Romance is up close in between those two, and these three come to the front. Home Sweet Aspen against the rail has a head in front. Musical Romance goes second by a length. Whipsaw City backs away into third. Sugar in the Morning moves up the inside in fourth, 4 lengths off the lead. Whisked away fifth between horses. Groupie Doll sixth up on the outside. She's Cheeky seventh, and Ariana D is last as they head for the far turn. Home Sweet Aspen opening quarter, 22 and 3/5 seconds. Home Sweet Aspen against the rail, leading Musical Romance, and Whipsaw City, who now applies pressure and moves forward from the outside, and Whipsaw City 3 wide at the entry to the far turn, up to take the lead. Musical Romance is now second between horses. Here comes Groupie Doll moving into contention third. Home Sweet Aspen drops back. Sugar in the Morning goes to fourth as they come to the quarter pole. Whipsaw City has a head in front. The champion Musical Romance is right there toward the inside, and Groupie Doll, with blinkers on today, moves to the far outside from third to challenge for the lead, moving off the far turn. Groupie Doll from the outside to challenge Whipsaw City. Musical Romance drops back, and here comes She's Cheeky to try to join the leaders from fourth. Sugar in the Morning is fifth. Groupie Doll in the final furlong of the Vinery Madison, and She's Cheeky to second. Groupie Doll, Rajiv Mirage will take the Grade 1 Vinery Madison. She's Cheeky was home second, and then a late run from Ariana D up for third in 1 minute, 23 and 3/5 seconds.
And Groupie Doll wins the Grade 1, the addition of blinkers. A very impressive score, winning by 3 lengths after finishing third recently at Gulfstream Park. And there was a little misinformation coming out of Keeneland early in the day about a scratch in this race. Groupie Doll, very tough in here, a convincing winner. I think this is the second time in a row, ladies and gentlemen, different people, but breeder, trainer, owner. This year, William Bradley sends out Groupie Doll to a very, very impressive $9.80 score in Thursday's Grade 1 Vinery. She's Cheeky, who I loved at 20-1, is now 3 for 25 lifetime. That last victory coming in the George Bush administration of 2008. Musical Romance, ladies and gentlemen, another 9-5 shot, finishing fourth. Friday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, at Keeneland, another Grade 1 race to bring you, this time on the turf, going a mile. This year called the Makers 46 mile. You had Tourlore as the 7-5 favorite.
And they're off in the Makers 46 mile. Hollinger broke alertly, gets Stormy right there as expected from the outside, and Preste to press the issue down toward the inside as the field heads to the first turn. It'll be Preste who moves up against the rail, has the lead momentarily, but now gives way to Get Stormy, and Get Stormy under a snug hold moves on for the lead by a length and a half. Preste tries to settle down in the second position by a length. Hollinger is third, gap of 2 to Doubles Partner, who's fourth just inside of Tour Allure, and a gap of 2 more back to Data Link, who's the trailer. Opening quarter went in 23 seconds. Get Stormy has the lead. Here's Hollinger now moving up toward the outside, less than a length off the lead. Preste shuffled to third against the rail, gap of 2 to Tour Allure, who moves up. Still under a hard hold in the fourth position on the outside, but within 3.5 lengths of the leader. Doubles Partner now next to last, and Data Link trails first half-mile wins in 47 seconds. And it's Get Stormy, the defending champion, who leads the field by a length through the far turn. Hollinger second on the outside by a head. Preste third toward the inside. Tour Allure is traveling in fourth, outward from the rail, 3 lengths off the lead. Doubles Partner is fifth. Data Link has to angle wide from sixth. Quarter mile to come, and Get Stormy to catch. It is Get Stormy with the lead. Tour Allure trying to find more toward the outside. Hollinger fights on but third. Preste toward the inside. Data Link fifth on the far outside. Tour Allure trying to capture Get Stormy in the final furlong, and Doubles Partner and Data Link are there. Doubles Partner diving to the inside. Data Link from the outside. Tour Allure between horses. Data Link from the outside for Alex Solis to spring the upset at 12-1 in the Makers 46 Mile.
Well, another reason to absolutely love turf racing. Data Link going out for Shug McGahee, who has turned into just a dynamo on the turf side. Returns $27.20 for the upset victory. Only the second start of the year after finishing third most recently in the Canadian turf down at Gulfstream Park, beating the 7-5 favorite Tour Allure. Doubles Partner, who, as Kurt Becker said, did dive to the inside, might have been forced to the inside under J.J. Castellano when the room just seemed to evaporate, and Get Stormy trying to make it 2 in a row on the front end at 9-5, finishes fourth. But this offspring of Warfront, just a very, very impressive victory. Short field, but a very deep field in the Makers 46 Mile. Saturday afternoon, we had more than just one Grade 1 race. We had time for the fillies and mares on the turf, going a mile and 16th in the Jenny Wiley. Zagora, the 7-5 favorite.
And they're off in the Jenny Wiley. Heavenly Landing away in good order toward the inside with Tappet's Fly right there. And here's Daisy Divine moving up from the outside, joined by Bay to Bay as the field heads for the first turn. And it's Daisy Divine and James Graham who will set the early pace here. They start to clear the inside traffic, leading it by a length. Heavenly Landing moves up a closer second toward the inside. Bay to Bay third up from the outside. Then Tappet's Fly outward from the rail in fourth. Aruna fifth. And the late running Zagora sixth and last, moving midway on the first turn with Daisy Divine the leader. Daisy Divine against the rail now, leads it by just a half length. Bay to Bay, mild pressure from the outside and second by a length. Heavenly Landing tucked away third right behind the leader, joined by Tappet's Fly, fourth up on the outside, then Aruna next to last, and Zagora trails off the first turn. The opening quarter in 25 seconds. A controlled pace here for Daisy Divine and James Graham. And they show the way up the backstretch, leading it by a length. Bay to Bay second, a length and a half. Heavenly Landing third ahead. Tappet's Fly in the clear, fourth up on the outside. Gap of 2 Aruna, gap of 2 more Zagora, content to bide time at the back as the field heads for the far turn. That first half mile was 50 3/5 seconds. And it's Daisy Divine who shows the way to the final turn, still leading it by a length. Bay to Bay travels second, a length and a half. Tappet's Fly third, Heavenly Landing fourth, Aruna fifth, Zagora sixth and last as the tempo quickens coming to the quarter pole. They've got to catch Daisy Divine, who leads it by a length off the far turn, quarter mile out. Bay to Bay second, Tappet's Fly third, Heavenly Landing fourth. Zagora tries to get in gear with Aruna. They're both on the far outside still, 5 lengths off the lead. Into the final furlong, Daisy Divine with the lead by a length and a half. Bay to Bay is second, Tappet's Fly, then Heavenly Landing. Daisy Divine chased all the way by Bay to Bay down to the line. James Graham has done it again. Front-running victory, just as we saw for Graham in the Ashland Stakes last weekend. Today with Daisy Divine to take the Jenny Wiley.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, a couple of quick thoughts on the Jenny Wiley. Boy, hardly any change in position over the 8.5 furlongs, almost as if they were on a merry-go-round. Kudos to James Graham, who just really stole this Grade 1 race on the $16.20 Daisy Divine. Beta Bay finishing second at 7-1, and Tapits Fly, you know, an enigma in racing since the Breeders' Cup of her juvenile season. They run 1, 2, 3. The favorites run 5 and 6 almost the entire race. But just a couple notes on this teletimer. You see 1:43.21, very ordinary time for a mile to 60th on the turf almost anywhere in the country. We're told that the rails aren't up. I didn't see the rails being up, so I'm going to believe the teletimer. How about this for the final 2.5 furlongs? 27.86. I can't tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the last time I saw a number like that when I entrusted the teletimer. What was Zagora and Aruna going to do after 50-3, 115-1, basically 22-1 for the fourth quarter mile? I have to tell you, folks, the horse that truly impressed me was Heavenly Landing, who finished fourth in the 6-horse field, who seemed to be running into that strong pace very well. Zagora did move into that 22 and change rather nicely. So, terrific upset victory. Kudos to Daisy Divine and James Graham. But going forward, I think a very atypical type of race. Not so sure what you're going to be able to take out of it going forward, except time does matter. And if they go that slow early and that fast home, how the heck are horses that are 4th, 5th, and 6th going to do any penetration into the win, place, and show? Another race to bring you from Keeneland on Saturday afternoon. Now going on to the Polytrack. 7 furlongs, the Grade 2 Commonwealth. Bergerac, the slight 5-2 favorite.
And they're off in the Commonwealth. Philippe broke alertly, comes out for the lead with Comadero right there toward the inside as expected, and Comadero hustles up to take the advantage. Plutonium comes along into the second spot onto the main track. El Gran Sol goes third. Philippe drops back into fourth. Bergerac is away fifth and finds a spot down toward the inside. Now picks up the fourth position, 4 lengths off the lead against the rail. Then a gap of 3 more lengths back to the late running right one, and 3 more back of that one to Lonesome Street, who's last. 22 and 2/5 seconds the time for that opening quarter. Comadero and Plutonium side by side for the lead, separated by a half length into the far turn. Gap of 3 more lengths. Bergerac now takes third. El Gran Sol is in fourth. Philippe is fifth as they move midway on the turn. Right one is still next to last and still running 7 lengths off the lead. Gap of 3 more to Lonesome Street at the back. And up front, Comadero has the advantage. Leads it by a length and a half. Plutonium second by a length. Bergerac still third on the outside as they turn for home. And then El Gran Sol, right one, is in between horses down toward the inside. Lonesome Street has to angle wide. Right one is starting to work his way up the rail to come after Comadero. Right one and Bergerac both coming after the leader. Lonesome Street runs down the center of the racetrack. Final furlong, Lonesome Street just gobbling up ground with every stride. From last to first in the stretch run of the Commonwealth, it is Lonesome Street. Joel Rosario with authority. Bergerac was home second. Right one was third. El Gran Sol was fourth.
And a very impressive victory for Lonesome Street, returning $10 even in the middle of the racetrack. The familiar silks of Ken and Sarah Ramsey. And for the last 8 months, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like we don't get through a single edition of Horses and Courses without Michael Maker finding the winner's circle. And that is the case this week as he adds the Commonwealth to his terrific year of training. Bergerac, the slight 5-2 favorite, finishes second and second choice in the wagering. Right one checks in third. Nice 121.17. We've said this about the strip at Keeneland since they changed to the Polytrack a couple of years ago. It seems as if the Polytrack has dramatically changed, and they are running times very similar to the old days. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, still more to bring you from Keeneland, and then a handful from Oaklawn Park.
The all-new Clubhouse Racebook is the Capital Region's new home for racing and sports. 25,000 square feet of Vegas-style action with live wagering on the best horse racing from around the world. 260 flat-screen televisions, great food and drinks, giant projector screens, and state-of-the-art wagering terminals. So don't miss out. The fun is only minutes away at 711 Central Avenue, Albany, just off Exit 5 of I-90. And don't forget, if you can't make it to the Clubhouse, you can always wager online 24/7 at CapitalOTB.com.
Hi race fans, I'm Seth Merrill with some great news. Now you can get live streaming of all our tracks. Just log on to CapitalOTB.com, click on the live streaming link, and choose from more than 35 tracks from around the world. Plus, you can now get race replays, any day, any track. And don't forget to check out our new virtual tow board. In horse racing, information is key, and no one brings you the crucial information you need like CapitalOTB.com. Live streaming, race replays, and our new virtual tow board. CapitalOTB.com. Check it out now.
With more than 70 convenient locations, internet wagering at CapitalOTB.com, and live operators ready to take your call, Capital OTB is the better choice for wagering on thoroughbred and harness racing. Stop by one of our locations to bet in person, or open a Capital Bets account and place your bets over the phone, or at CapitalOTB.com. Whether you're on the road or in the comfort of your own home, Capital OTB is the better choice.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and continuing the stakes racing from Saturday afternoon at Keeneland, the 16th running of the 5.5 furlong on the turf. This is the Shakertown Havelock 5-2.
And they're off in the Shakertown. Unsaddled Glory hustles away along with Chamberlain Bridge and Great Mills on the outside. Here's Great Attack kicking in with Concord's Flight down toward the inside. Great Mills, Great Attack, Concord's Flight at close third, down against the rail. Chamberlain Bridge up close to the pace in the opening stride. He's fourth on the far outside, just 2 lengths off the lead. And then a gap of 2 to Perfect Officer in fifth. Unsaddled Glory is now sixth. Zeb is in seventh. Surf Rider is eighth. Late running Havelock is in ninth. Byesville is 10th and last into the far turn. And Great Mills has come away with the lead. 21 3/5 seconds the time for the opening quarter. Leads Great Attack by 2 lengths around the turn. Chamberlain Bridge third up on the outside. Unsaddled Glory fourth. Perfect Officer is fifth. Havelock has a long way to come. Just a quarter mile out. He has to swing to the grandstand side. And Great Mills has a 3-length lead. Great Attack is in second. Perfect Officer third down toward the inside. Still 4 lengths away. Final furlong of the Shakertown. Perfect Officer coming after Great Mills. But Great Mills has a 3-length lead. Perfect Officer still trying, but the wire is coming. Great Mills. Perfect Officer running on. Great Mills, Perfect Officer. Photo for the win in the Shakertown. Either Perfect Officer or Great Mills for the top spot.
Well, there you have it, a new course record, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, the first question I asked myself, how the heck does Great Mills lose there? And you see, actually, Great Mills runs out pretty strongly, but Perfect Officer making the first start since the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint is the second choice under J.J. Castellano scores the victory. First time for Anthony Dutrow, who took over the the training from Michael Pino, who claimed this horse for $50,000 from George Weaver about 13 months ago. But Perfect Officer getting up by a nose, defeating Great Mills, with Zeb checking in third at 18-1. Havelock, awful start. Not quite as bad as Surf Rider, but an awful start at 5-2. Does finish fourth in what seemed to be almost an impossible position. Now time for the biggest race of the spring meet down at Keeneland, the 88th running of the Grade 1 9 furlong Toyota Bluegrass at 6-5, the champ, Hanson.
And they're off in the Toyota Bluegrass Stakes. Hanson broke alertly. So did Gung Ho toward the inside. Heavy breathing right there. Politically correct away. Up close to the pace. Midnight Crooner going to press the issue on the far outside as the field heads into the first turn. It is Hanson who moves forward and clears the traffic and now gets over toward the rail. Hanson will set the pace. Leads it by a length and a half as they move on the turn. Politically correct goes second just outside of Gung Ho in third position. Hero of Order is 4 wide in fourth. Midnight Crooner fifth. How Great sixth. Scatman a wide seventh off the turn. Heavy breathing. Shuffled back to eighth. Prospective is ninth. Ever So Lucky travels outward from the rail in 10th. Doulahan 11th off the first turn and up the back stretch. Holy Candy next to last. Russian Greek 13th and last. 23 seconds the time for the opening quarter. And Hanson is the leader. Champion Hanson on top by a length and a half, midpoint of the backstretch. Hero of Order travels in second, 3 parts of a length. Midnight Crooner forwardly placed third up on the far outside. Gung Ho is fourth down toward the rail. Here's How Great trying to thread the needle, moving through some traffic into fifth within 5 lengths of the lead. Heavy breathing, then Scatman, who's a wide seventh. Prospective is eighth. Politically Correct drops back in ninth. Doulahan is 10th. He's down toward the inside, 10 lengths off the lead. They're midway on the turn. Here comes Gung Ho trying to draw alongside of Hanson. Hansen. Just over a quarter mile to go. Hansen has the advantage by a length off the far turn. Gung Ho second by 3. Midnight Crooner is third. Hero of Order has lost ground around the turn. Heavy Breathing moves up the inside to 4th. Hansen a 2-length lead as they come toward the 8th pole. Gung Ho still trying, but still second. Perspective getting shook loose late, so is Doulahan. Doulahan down the center of the racetrack. Hansen in the final furlong. Doulahan charging on the outside. Doulahan, tremendous stretch run. He was 10th with 3 furlongs to go, and Doulahan and Kent Desormeaux have won the Toyota Bluegrass Stakes in 1 minute 47 and 4/5 seconds.
And Doulahan, a very impressive stretch run, maybe aided by the fact that Hansen might have been looking for a pillow, but Doulahan, a strong affinity for the racing strip at Keeneland as a maiden, won the Breeders' Futurity last year, and having not won since then and thus still eligible for allowance, non-winners of one other than, wins the $750,000 Toyota Bluegrass. Got to think that the Exacta is on their way to Churchill Downs. Doulahan came out of the Palm Beach, the nice turf race down at Gulfstream Park, and he loves Keeneland. We'll see how he does at Churchill Downs as a 3-year-old running on conventional dirt. And Hansen, he went to the front, made all the pace, and looked like he'd be very, very tough in the Metropolitan Mile, but it sounds like they're going to go to the Kentucky Derby. And Gung Ho, coming out of the Rushaway, finishes 3rd at better than 30-1 in Saturday's Bluegrass. And the last place runner, Hero of Order, at 13-1. Didn't understand the reasoning for him being in there. Remember, he was the 109-1 winner of the $1 million Louisiana Derby on April 1st. One more stakes race to bring you from Keeneland on Sunday afternoon. 3-year-old fillies going the about distance of 7 furlongs in the Beaumont. The even money favorite is Sacristy.
And they're off in the Beaumont Stakes. Melania broke well toward the inside, but Gypsy Robin is out fast from the far outside. Here's Livy McKenzie moving up now from between horses to vie for the early lead as they head up the chute and onto the main track, and Gypsy Robin has the advantage, leads it by a length and a half as they head up the back stretch. Livy McKenzie goes second, 3/4 of a length. Sacristy third up on the outside, and then Piscaccia fourth right toward her inside. Then a gap of 2 more lengths to Born Bullish, the gray, who's next to last, and Melania broke well, but now settles out last, but right there with the rest. She's toward the inside against the rail, running just over 4 lengths off the lead. The opening quarter was 24 seconds, and Gypsy Robin is the leader to the far turn by just over a length. Livy McKenzie second by 3/4 of a length. Piscaccia third toward the inside. Sacristy outward from the rail in 4th, now taking 3rd, still just over 2 lengths from the front. They're midway on the turn. Born Bullish is still next to last, and Melania the trailer. Gypsy Robin the leader. Here's Livy McKenzie to draw alongside for the top spot. Sacristy far outside is 3rd, still 2 lengths off the lead. Piscaccia ridden along in 4th, quarter mile to come. Born Bullish now put to a drive, still next to last, and Melania the trailer into the stretch. Gypsy Robin has the advantage by 2.5 lengths. Sacristy on the outside is second. Livy McKenzie third toward the inside. Final furlong of the Beaumont. Gypsy Robin seeking a front-running victory, opening up in the closing strides. Sacristy will be second best today. Gypsy Robin and Jeffrey Sanchez to take the Grade 2 Beaumont. Sacristy was home second, and Livy McKenzie under the wire in 3rd.
And the 27th running of the Beaumont goes to Gypsy Robin, last seen on the racetrack in the afternoon in the sorority stakes at Monmouth Park last summer, ladies and gentlemen, but makes the first start as a 3-year-old, second choice in the wagering, a 3-length every step of the way victory for Jeffrey Sanchez and Wesley Ward. Sacristy, the even money favorite, 2 back, won the Old Hat, most recently finished 3rd in the Good Forward Gal, and Livy McKenzie, who had scratched out 4 days earlier from the Fantasy Stake, checks in 3rd in the Beaumont. Now it's time to go to the Racing Festival of the South, ladies and gentlemen, at Oak Lawn Park, and they had carted so many stakes races, we had to basically cut it in half due to time constraints. Up first, Thursday afternoon, 3-year-old fillies in the Grade 2 40th running of the Fantasy, and I kid you not, the 7-5 favorite making the second career start after scoring very impressively in the debut, going 6 furlongs, is Mama Kimba.
And they're off, and Amy's Deanie rockets out to the front. Mama Kimbo matches strides and takes the lead. Those two are quickest. Wait Till Dawn comes out running in third. Jemima's Pearl is in fourth. They're followed on the outside by Illegally Blonde, fifth and a bit wide into that turn. Off Limits is next to last, and Kitty Cat Carly is the trailer. Mama Kimbo opens up 2.5 lengths, tracked by Amy's Deanie in second. Wait Till Dawn hugs the rail in third, and Jemima's Pearl is fourth, about 3.5 lengths off her stablemate. Then it's Illegally Blonde with 6 lengths to make up. She's followed by Off Limits, Unhurried Early, and Kitty Cat Carly at the back. 5 furlongs to run in the Fantasy, and Mama Kimbo just cruising along thus far, in front by 2. Amy's Deanie clearly second. Wait Till Dawn is in third. Jemima's Pearl fourth, 4 lengths off the lead. It's another 3 back to Illegally Blonde, followed by Off Limits and Kitty Cat Carly. Heading to the 3 furlong point, Mama Kimbo has been very comfortable, and now she opens it up a bit, leads by 2 lengths. Amy's Deanie is trying to cling to her, and she's getting closer now. Jemima's Pearl inches up closer, a joint third. Wait Till Dawn is inside of her. Big gap now. Illegally Blonde could not keep up. Off Limits moves up inside of her. Kitty Cat Carly is the trailer. Top of the stretch, Mama Kimbo. Amy's Deanie feels the whip on the outside second. 3 back to Jemima's Pearl in third, followed by Wait Till Dawn inside the final eighth of a mile. Mama Kimbo fully extended. Amy's Deanie is trying to cling to her, but Mama Kimbo has another gear, and she is just cruising up to the 16th pole. Amy's Deanie tried her best, but she could not match strides with Mama Kimbo, just shown the whip late by Mike Smith as she wins the Fantasy stylishly. Amy's Deanie second. Jemima's Pearl was third in front of Wait Till Dawn.
And in the second career start, 2-turn debut, Stakes Company debut, Mama Kimbo makes the Fantasy look nearly as easy. Well, not quite as easy as the brilliant career debut back in the middle of February, but maybe we're onto the Kentucky Oaks and try and win that in our 3rd career start for this offspring of Discreet Cat, owned by Peachtree Stable, trained by Bob Baffert, ridden by Mike Smith, who I have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I think has done Hall of Fame work since being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Amy's Deanie finishes second, and Jemima's Pearl, second-time United States, finishes third in this year's edition of the Fantasy. Friday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, the Grade 1 Apple Blossom, a mile and a 16th, over a couple pounds on the scale. Havre de Grace isn't here. We've heard that song before, about a pound or 2 from the reigning horse of the year, but Plum Pretty at 1-2 goes out for Bob Baffert and Peachtree.
And they're off in the Apple Blossom, and Plum Pretty hopped slightly. 12:22 is sprinting quickly to the lead. Plum Pretty goes right after her into second, and Absent Minded will settle comfortably in third through the opening furlongs. Holy Heavens is fourth, about 5 lengths off the lead, and no surprise as Tiz Ms. Sue is the early trailer. The pace appears moderate, and it's 12:22, carving out the fractions with Plum Pretty a length and a half back second. Absent Minded third, 2.5 lengths off the leader. She's a length and a half in front of Holy Heavens, and then it's Tiz Ms. Sue at the back. 7 lengths covers the field. There's a half mile to go in the Apple Blossom. 12:22 leads by just a neck. Plum Pretty wants to go, and she does just that, putting the pressure on now as they head toward the half-mile pole. Absent Minded has had the perfect trip. She's 3 off them. Holy Heavens asks for a bit more. Tiz Ms. Sue inches up inside of her. Heading to the 3 furlong point. 12:22, Plum Pretty cruising along, and she puts her head in front now. Absent Minded is coming after her from third. Tiz Ms. Sue is within 3 lengths of the leader. Holy Heavens just outside of her. Plum Pretty takes the lead as 12:22 surrenders. Absent Minded into second. Tiz Ms. Sue is in between horses. Holy Heavens on the outside. They're at the top of the stretch. Plum Pretty has asked the question, chased intently by Absent Minded and Tiz Ms. Sue. They're a furlong from the finish, and Plum Pretty's in cruise control. Absent Minded did her best, could not keep up. Tiz Ms. Sue outside of her. Plum Pretty dominating in the Apple Blossom. What a classy filly and a dynamic comeback. Wow. Absent Minded holds second. Tiz Ms. Sue was third.
The only Grade 1 winner in the field wins the Grade 1 Apple Blossom, the 48th running, very impressively. When your resume has the Kentucky Oaks as a 3-year-old, and the Apple Blossom at 4. Apple Blossom starting her 4-year-old season. That's a pretty good resume. $3 looked like almost a good price for this offspring. Medaglia d'Oro goes out for a Peachtree. That's 2 races in a row on Horses and Courses. See if they can win 2 consecutive editions of the Kentucky Oaks. Bob Baffert sending out another winner on the program, and he's not done yet. Up next, used to have its own day on the calendar. This is the premier sprint race of the Oaklawn Park Racing Festival of the South. This is the Count Fleet, going for 5 in a row at 9 to 10. Izzy Rules.
And they're off, and Izzy Rules comes out like a rocket, opening up a length and a half in a hurry. Out of Tune is in second, Amazing Destiny third. Our Dark Knight along the inside, fourth. Silver Magnus between horses, and A Priority will come from last. He's 6 lengths off the speedy mare Izzy Rules, who blazes to the half-mile pole with a length and a half lead, and she's tugging hard. Out of Tune in pursuit. Silver Magnus is very keen between horses, and Our Dark Knight is down at the rail. They're followed by Amazing Destiny, who's up to be a joint third, and A Priority continues to trail. 6 lengths covers them midway on the far turn. Izzy Rules 3/4 of a length. Out of Tune second, Amazing Destiny to the outside third. Now A Priority is finding his best stride. White blinkers behind horses. He'll have to go wide as the field turns for home. Izzy Rules trying to hold on. Out of Tune's coming after her. A Priority is widest of all. Amazing Destiny. Silver Magnus is coming through very gamely on the fence. Out now inside the final 1/8 of a mile. Out of Tune takes the lead. Izzy Rules has had enough. Here comes A Priority and Amazing Destiny. A Priority is floating wide. Out of Tune's going with him. Silver Magnus at the rail. Here is the line. Out of Tune did it. It's a photo. A Priority, Amazing Destiny, then Silver Magnus, Izzy Rules, and Our Dark Knight.
Only a field of 6, 5 in the picture, ladies and gentlemen, making the 44th career start. Out of Tune. Only the second time in stakes company. You have to go back to almost 2 years ago at Canterbury to find the only other stakes entry for Out of Tune, but on Saturday afternoon wins the 39th running of the Count Fleet, returning only $10.80, owned by Maggie Moss, trained by Chris Richard. A Priority, second choice at 2 to 1, finishes second. Amazing Destiny finishes third, and Izzy Rules, just under pressure coming out of the last Flores, only beats 1 horse at odds on. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, still more racing from Oaklawn Park, Santa Anita, and the Big A.
The all-new Clubhouse Racebook is the Capital Region's new home for racing and sports. 25,000 square feet of Vegas-style action with live wagering on the best horse racing from around the world. 260 flat-screen televisions, great food and drinks, giant projector screens, and state-of-the-art wagering terminals. So don't miss out. The fun is only minutes away at 711 Central Avenue, Albany, just off Exit 5 of I-90. And don't forget, if you can't make it to the Clubhouse, you can always wager online 24/7 at capitalotb.com. Some people take analyzing a horse race to a whole other level. Tune in every morning at 11 a.m. and get up-to-the-minute analysis of the day's biggest races, breaking news from the racing industry, and our daily best bets, only on OTB TV.
Listen to what people are saying about the Clubhouse Racebook.
We're just delighted here with the new teletheater. We've been very big sponsors of OTB for the last 2 or 3 years of our program, and we just think this is the best new facility nationwide. I mean, the sky's the limit now for New York. We're supporting you all the way, and we're just happy. Come up, watch the races. I think everybody in the Capital District is cheating themselves if they don't come up and see the facilities.
Some people take analyzing a horse race to a whole other level. Tune in every morning at 11 a.m. and get up-to-the-minute analysis of the day's biggest races, breaking news from the racing industry, and our daily best bets, only on OTB TV.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get to the 10th race on the card, Saturday at Oaklawn Park, the Oaklawn Handicap, the 9th race, they ran 3-year-olds at a mile in the Northern Spur, and Drill, who was the odds-on favorite, ran second. The reason I mentioned that is Drill is inside of the top 20 with earnings for the Kentucky Derby. I don't think he's going, so outside of the top 20, looks like somebody is going to get in. El Padrino needs a couple of defections. But now turning to the premier handicap race of the meet is the Oaklawn Handicap, the 5-2 favorite coming out of his victory in the Big Cap, Ron the Greek.
And they're off. It was a clean beginning and a very even one as well. You Wanna Twist, alternation showing good early speed. Don Dolce comes out running in third. Stacci's fourth through the opening furlong. Then it's Hymn Book, Ron the Greek on the outside. Nero is second to last, and last year's winner, Win Willie, is the early trailer. The pace is moderate, and once again, alternation sets it. And he's racing off that rail, just cruising along, going very slowly, with You Wanna Twist 2 lengths behind him in second. Don Dolce third, Stacci's fourth. Hymn Book is in the fifth spot, 5 lengths off the lead. He's followed by Ron the Greek, Nero, and Win Willie at the back. 11 lengths covers the field, 5 furlongs to run in the Oaklawn Handicap. And it's Luis Quinones and alternation, 3/4 of a length. You Wanna Twist second. Don Dolce, Stacci side by side, third and fourth. Hymn Book gets an early nudge now. He's 4.5 lengths off the lead. Ron the Greek moves up inside of him, a gap of 4, back to an unhurried Nero, and then it's Win Willie. Alternation's been there every step of the way, maintaining a comfortable lead 3 furlongs from home. You Wanna Twist. Stacci's now trying to test him on the inside. Those two move in tandem. Hymn Book is starting to pick it up. Don Dolce is weakening. Ron the Greek is 5 lengths off the speed. Nero will be guided to the far outside. Win Willie has trailed throughout. Alternation has led throughout. You Wanna Twist. Stacci's next. Ron the Greek. Hymn Book far outside Nero. They're a furlong from the finish, and alternation is very tough on the lead, and Stacci's is running a big one. Ron the Greek is coming with a late bid after alternation. Then it's Hymn Book, a 16th to go, and alternation is unbeatable here at Oaklawn, and he stamps himself as a legitimate top horse in the country. Alternation cruises in the Oaklawn Handicap. Ron the Greek was second. You Wanna Twist third. Hymn Book was fourth.
And who the heck wins the Essex, the Razorback, and the Oaklawn Park? Alternation, that's who, as he sweeps the older handicap racing. 4th choice in the wagering at $9.20. Now winning 3 in a row. Ron the Greek, the Big Cap winner, checks in second. You Wanna Twist finishing third. And Hymn Book, who I know many people liked, is the 2nd choice. He finished 4th. And Nehru, who, folks, I got off the ship after him being runner-up in the Kentucky Derby. This horse has not moved forward 1 iota going back to the Louisiana Derby of last year. But alternation, who came onto the scene for Bob Baffert, Donnie Van Himmel in the spring last year in New York, has a brilliant, brilliant winter and early spring down at Oaklawn Park. Our 3-year-olds in the Arkansas Derby, Bodemeister, 5-2 chalk.
And they're off. Secret Circle came out smoothly. On the inside, Status flashing speed, and Bodemeister is up close and eager to run. And there goes Bodemeister, who is on even terms with Stat through the opening furlong. Secret Circle will sit in third. Raconteur fourth. Isn't He Clever fifth. Jake Moe on the inside, sixth, about 6 lengths off the lead. He's followed by Optimizer. A length and a half back to Cozzetti, who's 3 in front of Sabercat, Adigan, and the early trailer is Najar. Around the first turn, Mike Smith will dictate the terms aboard Bodemeister, and he's doing it very nicely through the opening furlongs. Leads by 2 lengths over Stat in second. Secret Circle guided off the fence in third. Jake Moe fourth. Isn't He Clever is racing in between horses. Raconteur is 7 lengths off Bodemeister. Optimizer a length behind him. Cozzetti moving through along the inside to within 8 lengths of this leader. Another 5 or 6 back to Sabercat, Adigan, and Najar. It's Bodemeister in charge past the half-mile pole. He leads it by 2. Stat second. Secret Circle being worked upon 3 wide. Jake Moe is on the inside. Between those two, Isn't He Clever has 5 lengths to make up. 2 more back to Cozzetti. Then it's Raconteur. Optimizer has lost some ground. Sabercat is asked to pick it up. Adigan next. And Najar continues to trail, and Bodemeister has his mind on business today with 1/4 mile to go. Secret Circle takes up the chase into second, straightening away with 1/8 mile to go. Here comes Secret Circle after Bodemeister. Baffert is dominating. Cozzetti is running a good one. Sabercat is finishing with interest. coming to the 16th pole, and Bodie Meister is turning the Arkansas Derby into an absolute romp. What a star in the making as Bodie Meister crushes. He wins by 9. Secret Circle holds second. Sabercat and Cosetti in a photo for third. And the next order of business for Bodie Meister is to go to Kentucky and make it up for Empire Maker.
Well, Bodie Meister goes from $60,000 in graded earnings to $660,000 and a spot if they want it, and I suspect they do. And it's come out that if you watch the telecast, Jay Pridman trying to get it out of Mike Smith about his mount, and as of Monday morning, it appears that Mike Smith will take the mount on Bodie Meister. Secret Circle, who already had more than enough money, he will march on. Sabercat, who won the Delta jackpot and easily had enough money. I have to think that this trifecta is going on to the Kentucky Derby. Mike Smith wins off by nearly 10 lengths, kind of reminding of Althea 28 years ago. One quick thought on the way this race was run, and when you do the math, you see a dirt final eighth of a mile, sub 12 seconds. That's brilliant. But the first half was 46.55, and the second half mile was 50.19 for a very talented Bodie Meister who drew the outside, used early speed very, very tactfully for Mike Smith, and then backed it up and then sprinted home. So kudos to Bodie Meister, Bob Baffert, Zayat Stables. I think they will have one of the major players in the wagering come Kentucky Derby time. That closes up Oaklawn Park for 2012. Now we have one race to bring you from Santa Anita. Unfortunately, washed off the turf, now 6.5 furlong, misdirection, 3-10.
And away they go to a perfect start. Along the inside, Teroda is running up alongside of Sarneen, and those two going to go on to set the early pace. Tucking back into third, the favourite Misdirection didn't want to go on. Taking a nice hold, though, settled into the third spot, and Linnaeus has dropped down onto the rail. They head past the 5/8 pole, and now Teroda pulls her way a half a length in front of Sarneen. On the far side, we have Misdirection, and Linnaeus in the red cap at the rail. 2.5 lengths covers the 4. They've just run past the half-mile pole, and Teroda now in front a length. In second, we have Sarneen. Linnaeus now coming after the leaders down at the rail, needs somewhere to run. The favourite Misdirection at the back, but no more than 2.5 off the leader. They are coming to the top of the lane, and it's Teroda now taken on by Sarneen as they quicken noticeably. Those two nose and nose. Linnaeus on the inside, and Misdirection, Black Cap on the outside, comes to take them on. Heads a turn for home. Teroda and on the inside, and Sarneen stride for stride. Misdirection now comes to take them on. Then Linnaeus. Oh, the rider of Teroda just dropped the stick there, but she's going on. Teroda goes on. Misdirection coming late. Misdirection coming to get Teroda late. Misdirection, Teroda. Misdirection's class has pulled her through. 4 in a row for Misdirection and David Flores. They beat Teroda. Back third was Linnaeus and then Sarneen.
Well, I don't think Martin Garcia blowing the stick inside the 8th pole would have mattered. I think Misdirection at $2.60 was going to wear down Teroda. Losnes finishes second in the Las Ciénegas, as we mentioned, originally scheduled for the turf, and Unzip Me getting no love out at Santa Anita on the downhill turf course. Coming back to the Big A, ladies and gentlemen, Friday afternoon on the turf, the 3 coins up.
In the gate. And they're off. First away, it's King of the Bluegrass, and Rustler Hustler's alongside. King of the Bluegrass immediately taken in hand there by Eddie Castro. Rustler Hustler wants no part to be the leader. Then down on the inside, it's Pocket Cowboys. Mahubo, fourth and on the outside, following Rustler Hustler into the turn. In descent, the last of 5. King of the Bluegrass, the leader. Rustler Hustler, second on the outside. Pocket Cowboys, a ground-saving third. Easy pace established up front. And Mahubo still on hold, while about 3.5 lengths from the lead. And in descent, the trailer. Down the backstretch run. Eddie Castro still trying to harness the front-running speed of the leader here, King of the Bluegrass. Still sitting chilly, while second, Rustler Hustler. Pocket Cowboys running comfortably while third under a very light hold with a half mile to go. The favorite Mahubo's on the outside heading for the far turn. And in descent is still the trailer, been last throughout. The leader throughout has been King of the Bluegrass. 3 furlongs to go. They hit the far turn. King of the Bluegrass in front. Here comes Rustler Hustler making his move. Mahubo makes his move on the outside. In behind a wall of horses, Pocket Cowboys is now fourth and in descent. It's wide open, turning for home. King of the Bluegrass cuts the corner. Mahubo coming up on the outside. Rustler Hustler fights on in between those two. In descent is now fourth. Pocket Cowboys, 5th furlong to go. Mahubo in front. Rustler Hustler fighting him all the way. In descent, grinding it out on the outside. Coming down to the finish. Mahubo trying to hold on. Yes, by a head. In descent, Rustler Hustler and Pocket Cowboys.
And Mahubo at 1-2 returns, $3.10 for Rosie in the Private. And Karen McLaughlin just holding off in descent with Rustler Hustler finishing third in Friday's 3 Coins Up. Saturday afternoon, a couple stakes races to bring you. Now it's the fillies' turn to go on the turf at 1 mile and a 16th in the Videogenic at 6-5, Roman Robin.
And they're off. Little Off and Annie and arch support from the far outside. Sharnberry between those two. Checkpoint over at the rail. Buys the first time Sharberry to establish the lead. Prompted from the outside by arch support. Checkpoint rides the rails into the turn. She's third. Little Off and Annie's been taken back. On her outside, it's Roman Robin. And in behind them all is My Red Bird. Approaching the clubhouse turn, Sharnberry in front. Edging on through between horses, it's arch support. Roman Robin 3 wide, and now Roman Robin is looking to try to get to the lead as Sharnberry holds on narrowly. Roman Robin pressing for that lead into the backstretch run. A length and a half back. And arch support's been reined in to run along in third now. Little Off and Annie tugs away on the outside while fourth. Checkpoint just cruising fifth on the inside. He's only about 2.5 lengths from the leaders. And the trailer is My Red Bird up the backstretch run. The pace has been a sensible one here. Roman Robin on the outside sharing the lead with Sharnberry. Those two matching strides as they move into the far turn. Checkpoints at the rail. Little Off and Annie in the clear on the outside. Arch support drafting in behind horses. The last of them all is still My Red Bird as they round the far turn. Sharnberry continues to share the lead with Roman Robin. There goes Little Off and Annie. Little Off and Annie now with a bold run 3 wide after the lead. Checkpoint is just in behind along with arch support. My Red Bird swings into action on the far outside at the top of the stretch, and Sharnberry's got a narrow lead. Here comes My Red Bird, who's made a bold run from last place, but Sharnberry's still holding on. My Red Bird flying on the outside. My Red Bird and Sharnberry, those two down to the wire. Checkpoint third, and it is My Red Bird, who comes from last to first to win it by a length and 3/4. Sharnberry was second, close for third. Checkpoint or arch support.
And My Red Bird making the first start of the year, last early, first late, returning $15 for John Terranova and Alex Solis. A rather comfortable length and a half victory with Sharnberry, the second choice at 8-5, checking in second. And Checkpoint also making the first start of the year, finishes third. Roman Robin only beat 1 horse as the 6-5 favorite. The other stakes race on Saturday afternoon, fillies and mares going 7 furlongs in the distaff at 7-10. It's Tricky.
And they're off. It was a good start for It's Tricky from her outside post. White Merlot is right with her. So it's White Merlot and It's Tricky to share the early lead with Don't Be Shy, I'll Buy, who punches on through from the rail to take over. Then Nicole H. runs in fourth, and CC's Pal fifth at the back of the pack. Don't Be Shy, I'll Buy is taking the lead by length. And on the rail, there goes Nicole H. Nicole H. comes on through, very keen as she. It's Tricky is in the clear, out of harm's way, after a swift quarter of 22 and 2/5 seconds. And behind that group, it's White Merlot, working hard to keep up, and another 2.5 back to CC's Pal. Around the far turn, Don't Be Shy, I'll Buy, narrowly. Nicole H. fights on at the inside. It's Tricky, under a busy ride now by Eddie Castro. As they come to the top of the stretch, she's still third, and Castro's gone to the whip already. Castro's gone to the whip already on It's Tricky. She is still third as they turn for home. The half was 45 seconds flat. It is Nicole H. in front. It's Tricky's in an all-out drive, and now she's starting to show her class as they come to the final furlong. It's Tricky is up to take the lead. Cece's Pal on the outside, moving belatedly second, but they're coming down to the finish. It's Tricky didn't look like she had a shot at the quarter pole, but showed her class through the stretch at Aqueduct today and won by 3 over Cece's Pal. Farther back, Don't Be Shy Alba, Nicole H.
If you just looked at the chart, you'd think, boy, $3.40, you win by 3.5. Kieran McLaughlin, Eddie Castro, no problems. But when you watch the race, as Tom Durkin said, boy, It's Tricky looked to be in awfully deep waters, and with the extremely deep crop of older fillies and mares this year, It's Tricky will have to improve off the distaff. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, this week's edition of Horses and Courses, we have the Action Stakes, Sunday afternoon.
And they're off. Arthur's Tale and Inherit the Gold, and 8-2 Fast to Catch between them, heading for the clubhouse turn. Isn't He Perfect's come out fourth. Thunderlord over to the rail. Early trailer, Tech Fall. Early leader, 8-2 Fast to Catch. 8-2 Fast to Catch out there by length. Arthur's Tale not far behind, though. The gray Inherit the Gold down on the rail. Isn't He Perfect on the outside. Hard held and a bit of traffic is Thunderlord. Right to his outside, Tech Fall. 8-2 Fast to Catch through an opening quarter, 23 4/5 seconds. Light pressure from Arthur's Tale. Isn't He Perfect perched outside them on the outside third. 6 furlongs remaining. The gray Inherit the Gold rides the rails fourth at the back stretch. Tech Fall, Thunderlord's now dropped back to be sixth. Down the back stretch run, Rosie Napravnik rationing that speed of 8-2 Fast to Catch through a half in 47 4/5 seconds. Reasonable enough. Arthur's Tale just glued to the front runner's flank. And on the outside, Isn't He Perfect being nudged along, 4 furlongs to go. Inherit the Gold continues in a comfort zone while fourth. Still at the back of the pack now, beginning to move though, Thunderlord and Tech Fall around the far turn. 3 furlongs out, 8-2 Fast to Catch. Isn't He Perfect is coming up on the outside. Arthur's Tale in a drive but losing ground. Here comes Inherit the Gold now on the far outside, and Thunderlord comes through on the rail. Tech Fall not out of it yet, top of the stretch now. Isn't He Perfect dueling with 8-2 Fast to Catch. Inherit the Gold bearing down on them from the outside. Thunderlord fourth. Isn't He Perfect and Inherit the Gold. Those two slug it out down to the wire. Isn't He Perfect, Inherit the Gold. Inherit the Gold. Got him so narrowly. A remarkable effort from Isn't He Perfect today. Tech Fall third.
Inner dirt track, main track, doesn't matter for this nearly white offspring of Gold Token. Jim Hooper sends out Inherit the Gold to win Sunday's Action Stakes, returning $11. $11 even. Isn't He Perfect finishes second with Tech Fall third. 8-2 Fast to Catch, the 2-1 favorite, finishes off the board and fourth. That wraps up this week's edition of Horses and Courses. We invite you to join us next Monday morning at 10 a.m. for the next edition of HNC.